Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Western Province Cricket Club CPL 4.0, the first under 18 boys game. We have the Heat against the Royals, and what a matchup this is going to be. Some very sort of the keeper just wide, and I also want to do a couple of those for me in the Province under 18 side. And
welcome everybody. This is the first game of the under 18 boys. It's going to be a hotly contested tournament with some quality hockey on display as CPL 4 underway here. Western Province Cricket Club. We see the Royals holding some good ball in the this heat.
I think he scored his 100th goal for the first team earlier this year. What a fantastic, sure going to be parents here in the stands at Western Province Cricket Club.
Yeah, and speaking of the parents, how great is it to have fans at a live sports event? More and more, of course. We had a CPL previously, I think it was number 2 under the, and 1 under the auspices of COVID, where we couldn't have all the supporters, or they were not allowed to be on the side of the field. It's great to have the cacophony of noise that comes from people debating decisions, celebrating ghost goals, and of course cheering for their kids and maybe their friends' kids, and maybe just someone whose shirt looks really cool.
Yeah, CPL 3, if you remember, it was only a drop and go situation here at Western Province Cricket Club. Parents were only allowed to sign their players in, hand in with the COVID-related forms, but now that that's all gone, we have parents here, family, friends, everyone supporting. It's an absolute amazing vibe. If you aren't down here, what are you doing? I think you guys should come down now.
An interesting dummy there as as the little fakey, let's say that's what he was going for, gave the opportunity for the Royals to turn the ball over. Of course, check out the Cape Town Premier League Facebook page to see some of the great photos from today, from past weekend with the younger age groups, as teams look to completely show their domination.
Yeah, we've got 2 top coaches out here coaching. The Heat coach Pierre Leroux, first team coach of Sax Boys, and ex-national indoor coach and outdoor trainer, coming up against the current technical advisor for the SA men, Ashland Freddy. So 2 top-end coaches here, and I'm sure they're going to produce some magic on the field here.
Yeah, Ash, of course, very, very highly regarded in the current SMN structure, and Pierre, of course, previously highly regarded in the main structure. So great to see legends of the game contributing. I know Ashland doesn't like to be the center of attention. He doesn't like to be the focus of the conversation, but he really has done wonderful things and doing fantastic stuff for Marties and South Africans hockey men in the Pro League. Here go the Royals. A little bit of an overlap. Not a great ball, but because of that, it works out effectively. And yeah, the 1-2 there was on, but instead they went for the 3-4 and 2 left feet. The tango opportunity was missed.
As you say, Ashton doesn't like to be in the mix, so that's why we gave him a bright yellow bucket hat to wear.
Of course, beautiful Bravo bucket hats. If you want your own, check out Bravo's website and make sure you find some good stock there. Maybe even a Kasim replica shirt for Heritage Day tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. As we see the Heat have the ball deep inside their 23. Marco Cowan on the ball. Sax boy, Western Province under 18A player.
Of course, in the first game we had the Heat girls taking on the Royals and winning 2-0. And We are now going to be joined by Danielle, who played in that game for the Royals, jumping in here. Hi, Danielle.
Hello.
Yeah. So how was your first the Cape Town Premier Hockey League first game of the tournament?
I think we played really well. Our GS is really good. Even though we lost, it felt like we've played together for a really long time. So yeah.
You had a lot of chances. A little bit frustrating that you weren't able to score them.
Yeah, definitely. But I think it's also we didn't have as much subs as they did. So, but tomorrow we've got a whole team there. So I think we'll
Overcreated a lot. Was that something you had discussed with the coach before the game?
definitely. We knew they have a lot of name players, SA
Did
players.
you look at sleeping in?
Thank you very
That
much.
was a good surprise. That was Danielle. She played for the Royals in the opening game, going 2-0 down, but really giving a good display of themselves. This game has very much started as you described in an earlier game, Bryce, as an opening game jitters. There's a lot of that kind of mistouch and not a lot of goal mouth activity just yet. But we know the quality on the field, this is about to ignite at any point.
Definitely, Joby. I think both teams are settling down, getting over the nerves. Quite a decent crowd out here at Cricket Club, which is always daunting to play under. So I think no one wants to make the mistake. So seeing quite conservative hockey being played here in the first quarter. And hopefully we can get some more goalmouth action here going in the last 3.5 minutes of the first quarter as Keegan Rogers has a nice little hash pass there. And the Royals are going up for the
Is now standing, watching on, supporting the Royals in action here against the Heat. It remains 0-0 as both teams look for, really, apart from a deflection, the first true moment of quality in this game. It's not coming from that attack from the Heat as the ball is turned over in the middle of the park. Two and a half minutes remaining in this opening quarter of the first game of the men's or the boys under 18 CPL. It's driven through, one touch, two touch. Great ball inside, just not able to find the final connection as a nice passing interchange. Finds the man wide open on the left-hand side. I think it was Davis, and the opportunity just goes missing. Of course, throughout the day, we'll try and grab interesting characters that we find here in the crowd. Ask them to come join us for a short little chat and give you some insights into CPL, hockey, and Western Province. All of those things all in one. There's a few SA under-21 players hanging around. We might get one or two of them to have a chat with Bryce and tell us about their dreams, their hopes, their ambitions, and which shirt is their favorite. Of course, in November for the senior men, FIH Nations Cup in Potchefstroom. 8 of the teams ranked 9 to 16 in the world coming to Potchefstroom to play for a place in the FIH Pro League. And that's where hopefully we'll be seeing some of these young men in the near future playing for the national team after the foundation of CPL creates the foundation for dreams to become reality. Of course, right now, nobody on that field is dreaming about a green and gold blazer. They're dreaming about a goal. .45 seconds left of this first quarter. Neither keeper really having a lot to do yet. No penalty corners. Both defensive teams making sure that they read everything at the right time. Make the tackles outside the circle. As there's a bit of confusion there. Driven in. Shot! But danger as the ball is missed and the Heat do not bring it that time. 20 seconds. Will there be a quick attack? No, the ball goes straight through. Fizzles out. That will be it for the first quarter as the Heaton Royals play it out at a goalless first quarter with really only one moment quality, an early defection from a Sean Slater's pass. 0-0, and we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Second quarter of the under 18 boys, the Heat against the Royals underway. And 0-0 after the first quarter. A little bit conservative hockey. We're hoping for maybe a little bit more expansive play and a little bit more risk taking and maybe some more goalmouth action. As we see the Royals turn the ball over high and a lovely ball in, but Michael Cowan stepping in to get the ball. Michael Roden-Turner gets it back. And some great defense here by the Heat. A little bit of scrappy play going, and Michael Roden-Turner thrives in this type of style of hockey. Great ball. Rowan Davis, great finisher of the ball. Does he win the penalty corner? He does, and that is penalty corner to the Royals. The Heat are saying it came off his glove, but the umpire sees the hand. And I am joined with Nathan Ansel, current SA under-21 defender. And welcome, Nathan.
Hello, Bryce. Very, very good to be here. Super thrilled to be here watching a tournament which I actually was involved in the very first edition of it. So very cool to be back and see how everything has progressed.
And what do you think of the talent on show at the moment?
I think it's phenomenal. It's probably one of the only tournaments that sort of brings together so many different varieties of hockey players. Some at the boys' school, some at the co-ed, some from further out areas. So to be able to see all the talent on show today and throughout the weekends has been really, really cool. Obviously, me being an ex-Sax boy, I'm looking at guys like Michael Roden-Turner, Michael Cowan, Dean Carrick, and 16 age group, Lita Cry, but it's fantastic to see all the talent on display today.
As we see the first penalty corner of the Royals and a great save by the keep into the ground and coming off Mikey's stick there in the corner and going out for a 16. And the Heat have the ball going forward now. So Nathan, part of the SN21 squad, that's a huge achievement. So congratulations there, first of all. And
thank you.
You guys were, as we see, Aon Hendricks just rolling over the ball and hitting the back of his stick, and it doesn't get the shot off cleanly. So being part of the SN21 side, obviously huge achievement and playing for your country. Recently, you guys took part in the senior men's RPT. How did that go?
Yeah, it was absolutely phenomenal experience. As I've said to a lot of people, it's definitely my favorite tournament I've ever been a part of, just in terms of intensity and the level of hockey that we had to produce at the tournament, playing against lots of South African current SA men's players and a lot of just men in general. You have to up your game immediately.
A lovely D2D overhead there, but just couldn't pick it up at the end there, yeah. And it must have been awesome, because you're speaking about the current SA men players, and you guys are one on your side, didn't you? Your captain.
We did, Mustafa Kasim. He's actually now gone back to his club in Germany, but it was fantastic to have someone like that in your team with just the immense presence that he has and the skills and just the absolute sound basics that I think anyone would be very grateful to have in a team. So to have him was a massive bonus.
Yeah, and he's a great leader and really brings the team together. He's just something that he really does really well, and I could definitely see that amongst you guys there. And you guys ended up coming third?
Yeah, we came third. We narrowly lost to KZN Raiders in the semi-final. And then we played nice.
And then in terms of what's going forward for the under-21 side, there's another tournament coming up in October, I think, eh?
Yes, that's right. So this time in a month, we will be in Malaysia. We're playing in the Sultan of Johor Cup, which is 6 teams, us, Great Britain, India, Japan, Malaysia, and Australia. So
by the Royals, just a nice little up and over stick, but turned over and just on the outside, and the Royals have a defensive free hit. So if I'm not mistaken, you guys are doing some fundraising for that tour, are you not?
Yes, we are. So we've got a Backer Buddy page going on our Instagram page at the what is it?
Forehand this time, but not making the goalkeeper do any work. And if there's anybody out there that's looking to contribute and get dreams to become reality for the S21s, I'm sure you can reach out and help get the under 21 side to the next tournament. I mean, there's plenty of tournaments that's 2 in less than a month, and obviously money doesn't grow on trees, although we would wish it did. But all the best with your upcoming tours, and you guys are definitely doing your country proud.
Thank you very much, Bryce. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Nathan. It's been the heat a little bit in the last couple of minutes there. Great there, so yeah, getting caught. Aon Hendricks picks it up there by the attacker. Maybe could have received it across his body and just slided it in off his backstick into an open goal, but can't take anything away from the goalkeeper there. Fantastic keeping his team in the game here. Still 0-0, 6 minutes to go until half time.
Yeah, he really minimised that space very quickly. But correct, the spatial awareness there by the striker. You actually would have let that run across instead of even trying to play it into the across the keeper. You could have let it run across the body, and you probably would have had a tap in into an empty net.
Just a little bit of a shimmy receive there, and would have been an open goal for him to play. And now come the Royals. Will the Heat live to? No. Ball's just gone over. No one on the same page over there. But the lovely ball into space there. I think if he just had put a little bit more weight on it, maybe Rowan or one of the other players would have got onto it. That's another monstrous overhead there. Heat's defense over here. Centre back.
That's an interesting ball we're seeing there. They're very much looking for that off-the-shoulder run by the attacker. And they've missed it about 3 times now, but they are signing a warning sign there to the Heat.
Yeah, definitely. It's something obviously that Ashton has put through to the players is on the count line or through the assistant coach for the Royals there, Abanati Buerta. Never played in the CPL, but did play provincially. And Western Pro. Speak to us about your game. So you played against the All-Stars, and I think some lovely instances.
All watching this game with a lot of anticipation, but yeah, game was cool. Circle entry here for the Heat, 16, nice. Now I can chat freely. But yeah, the game we scored a lot of short corners. So we scored 3 short corners. So good execution from last week where we had quite a few but didn't take our chances. So for me as a coach, it was cool to tick that box from a team perspective. And then yeah, game against the Heat later this evening.
Awesome stuff, Jody. Thanks so much. And that's now 3 wins on the trot for you, eh?
Yeah, we're hoping for 12 points by the end of this evening.
Well, I'm sure that'll put you guys in a nice position going forward.
Pricey, enjoy the rest of the game.
Thanks so much, Jody. And back to the game. You see Joey Bartlett on the ball. And we have the Royals ball through. A lot of space in the final 23 for them. And nice patient hockey, not just throwing the ball away. And Joey Bartlett going forward, but Dean Carrick from Sachs, SA under 17 player and Province under 18 boy. Fantastic ball to Aon Hendricks, who just couldn't reel it in and just didn't have the legs to carry on and get the ball off his first touch over there. But as we see Keegan Roger from Cura Durbanville on the ball, winding down the clock, 1 minute to play. I'm sure they're happy to go into the halftime here. And great interchange player by the Royals, but picked up there in 3-man pocket here by the Heat. Do they win the free hit? And it's Nathan Masakiwe gets the final win there. Heat going forward, 45 seconds to go. Ooh, just not on the same wavelength there. Dean Carrick just pulled out of the run and the ball going over across the sideline. And 30 seconds to play. Don't think we'll see too much goal action here unless we see a nice high turnover by the Heat as we see them implementing a full court press. And Keegan Rogers just throws a hatch ball down the line. Picked up by Dean Carrick, drives infield, really dangerous at the moment. Nice right foot pass. Can the Heat get an opportunity here? And it's just gone in. It's a long corner, 15 seconds to bring in someone like Sean Slater, who's got a great drag flick, as well as Dean Carrick. Ball played in, lifted, play on. And just before they could get a shot off, the time goes, and it's a 0-0 in the first under 18 boys game here at CPL 4.0 here at Western Province Cricket Club. It is the half time, and we'll be back with you just after that.
Welcome back to the second half of action. The Heat and Royals battling each other out here at CPL 4 at Western Province Cricket Club. Neither side really able to create anything of significant substance in that first half, but both will be looking to raise it up the ante and potentially test the opposition keeper more frequently in the second half. You are here with myself, Tyron Jabu Barnard, and Bryce. I win every IPTR coach at West.
Thanks, John. Michael Rodden Turner being a little bit frustrated there. A player of his caliber, so much skill, silky smooth. It's quite difficult if you fly into a tackle with him, so you maybe just want to lay off a little bit, otherwise again. As he gets the ball just outside the D, this is where he's very dangerous, but well managed there by Nathan Masakiwe.
That was really good defense there. Just allowing him to hold the ball but not go anywhere with it. Potentially there what the Royals should have done is look to reverse that, create some new space, find a new channel of entry instead of trying to force it through that. And as a result, it's the Heat that come away. They've turned the ball over here and a show, but no go there.
Yeah, Nathan Masakiwe in the thick of things. Ron Bosch pupil, part of the SA Under 17 squad that was chosen at IPT this year. So a player to watch out for in this game. Looking very exciting already. It's been in the thick of things quite a few times as the Heat have a long corner. Umpire just making sure they take it at the right place, all the way on the sideline pretty much. Looks like they'll probably just recycle the ball. Tries to force it. Great lead by the attacker to receive it outside because the ball had not moved 5 yet and would have been a free hit out should it have crossed the circle line. So good, smart, intelligent play there by the Heat player. And another long corner for the Heat. Maybe just a little bit too direct from these long corners. Maybe look to shift the ball to D there.
It's been a game that's been, what can we say, threatening to boil over but never quite reaching the Heat just yet. as another overhead attempt is not quite executed effectively. And another turnover. We are seeing the ball turned over a little bit more often than you turn the meat at a bra.
Oh, a lovely ball there. Nathan Masakiwa making a fantastic blindside lead from the right-hand side there. As we've spoken about earlier, they're just peeling off the defenders and a lot of balls going into space and just not getting on. And if he had got it, it was one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and I'm sure he would have put it in the back of the net, not putting anything away from our Royals goalkeeper. Also from York High School, and was also part of that SA under-17 squad. It's lovely to have a few George boys here up against each other. Good teammates at school, but opponents here at the CPR, and that's all that happens here over here. We just promote playing with different players, different coaches, learning new things, and most of all having fun.
We talk about hockey royalty with Ashton Freddie, and of course Pierre Leroux. We've had Jody Erasmus, Nathan Anstel, and of course Bruce Jacobs walked past us, now South African Olympic captain. He is the director of the Royals. I got excited there. So, great to see these legends of the game giving back. We've seen Ongi Mali, Lauren Penny, Gillian Amanis, all coaching. Taryn Lombard. You don't know.
Manny De Souza.
I mean, it's
The list goes on.
just quality after quality after quality, as we see Sean Hinselwood waiting for his opportunity to lead his team in the next game. And of course, that's the other great thing, is with the games being short, with the clock not stopping, it's action after action after action. As one game finishes, the next one pretty much is right there waiting to go.
And is that not why we are here? As a direct ball, maybe pretty hopeful to get in there, and it just came off a Heat player and then onto the back of Michael Cowan there, number 79, and unfortunately giving the penalty corner away to the Royals. Keegan Roger, fantastic lethal drag flicker. Will he get an opportunity to flick? He scored quite a number of goals this year for school and club, and also for the under 18B province boys. Does he get his opportunity over here? Michael Rodenturn on injection. A lot of speed from the injection from Michael Rodenturn here, so it gives the drag flickers all the more time at the top of the D. It's good injection, just a little bit skew, so can't get any flick off there, and then it's easily managed there by the Heat defense.
Well, now, of course, there was something there that's a bit of a nuance of hockey. Of course, the ball never left the circle, and of course, you are allowed to have a shot. You just can't score.
A lot of people get that rule wrong. I think after the shot, they must blow immediately. The actual rule is you play on. The only thing that can't happen is a goal to be scored unless the ball then leaves the D before the ball gets into the goal box.
So some great umpiring actually there to just allow that to play as you should. As we see the Royals lining up, essentially it almost looks like the Royal Brigade, as they're about to make about 6 changes to their team. Only to 3 positions though. You do the math.
And we have Nathan Masakiwe down the right-hand side, baseline here for the Heat. Can he get something? And it's onto his foot. And that is a fantastic tackle by Keegan Roger, and puts it onto the foot of the attacker and wins the free hit for him. Keegan Roger, usually a midfielder, playing at the back here, actually looking quite comfortable at the back. And just previously, I don't know if you guys saw, but a big overhead throw down the sideline, and Pierre Leroux put him into the slips because the man has safe hands.
That's a lovely diagonal. The ball has come across. Great quick thinking by keeper there to clear that, as there was a man on the back post lurking if it got across.
Posthumous, if I'm not mistaken, is the goalkeeper. Boy from Paul Boys High, as we see Aon Hendricks and Dean Carrick flying through.
It was a terrible ball there by the Royals to give Heats the opportunity. Really giving cheap possession away. It's like checker 60-60, savings everywhere here.
Good arc there by Nathan Masakiwe, and exceptional defending by the Royals not to give a penalty corner away there, or even an ounce of space for a shot. And still on the ball, some handy hands over there, but run into 2 players, and here come the Heat. Can we see the first goal? Foot just outside the circle. Lucky to get away with playing the ball after. We see Sean Slater where we want him, up high. Can he get onto the ball and get something on his backhand? Do we? Oh, all the space, and he has the slap, and his fellow York goalkeeper knew exactly where I was going and dived really easily. But nice to see Sean Slater up in the final third of the field and almost getting a shot on goal.
Seen one or two moments from the defensive sides where they're potentially holding the ball too much. Get the ball out. You don't want to invite the pressure on. You want to be able to play and smash that ball out. Play the game in the opposition half. As there's another big overhead, but the two men both getting into the same piece of space, not giving 5 there, and it will be a chance for the Heat to continue to build. Royals really are able to open this game up with those long overheads. It's become a real part and parcel of the way hockey is played in South Africa. Guys like Matt Guys Brown for the SA Hockey men, like Jean-Lee Dutoy for the SA Hockey women. It just creates a different outlet if you're able to do a drag flick. I'll tell you more, not a drag, an overhead, a long booming overhead. It stretches the play, it gives your middle players more space in the middle. And for years, it's maybe been underutilized. We saw at the Olympic Games, Belgium, Germany both struggled with that tactic. Saw at the Commonwealth Games how we were able to stretch the play as the Heat look for a circle entry. And it's great to see that the young teams are starting to adopt similar styles. It really could be something that starts to become categorized as proudly South African as we celebrate our Heritage Day tomorrow.
Yeah, great tackle there by Keegan Rogers, and Michael Rentuna picks up the loose ball, and his silky smooth skills and speed starts the counter-attack, but maybe holding the ball a little bit too long, and luckily he gets through and lays it off. And here come the Royals. Some sloppy play. Nice, I don't know what that was, a fake shot pass, pulled the Carolyn, and the Heat come out with it. And yeah, Tyron, picking up on that, I think what's really important for youngsters that are listening here and watching replays here is that not all the time do you have to be throwing 80-yard overheads. It's about using it tactically correct, throwing it into the space, because obviously if you're throwing it near defender, it becomes defender's ball almost immediately, but with the new rule it becomes a little bit more grave. Using it just a little bit more intelligently, sometimes you only have to skip one line, sometimes 2 lines, sometimes you need to throw the monster overhead. So there's so many different ways you can actually use it. You see Riker and Turner and a direct ball in there, and well defended there by the Heat. Just a nice little leg once there. And it's gone over the baseline, and it's a long corner. Heat enjoying, the Royals enjoying some territory in the Heat's half at the moment. Can the Royals get something out of this? It's 1 minute to go. Can we get the first goal of the game? Something maybe that can open the game up just a little bit more. At 0-0, it's just a little bit flat at the moment, and as we see the ball directly in and played out there by the Heat. 40 seconds left to go of the third quarter here. Up next, we have the Raiders versus All-Stars under 18 girls. So don't go anywhere, and then straight after that we have the same franchises but the boys, All-Stars versus the Raiders, which will also be a humdinger. Final game of the CPL 3 last year, where the All-Stars scored in the last 10 seconds to clinch their first ever CPL title, taking it away from the Royals and the Raiders. And 5 seconds to go. Royals have to be direct here to get any outcome. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter here at CPL 4.0. Bit of a flat game going on here, only a few opportunities. So with 12 minutes to go, let's see what the coaches can do to get the teams back into the game. We'll be back in just a moment.
CPL 4. Goals galore in the under-16 game going on. But no goal share yet, as both teams have cut frustrated figures, specifically in the attacking third. Lots of ball, but not really anything magic being done with it at this point in time.
The Royals enjoying a little bit more territory of late than the Heat, picking up where they left off in the third quarter. You see Keegan Rogers on the ball, great drive infield, creating the numbers on the outside, finds his player. Can they win a penalty corner? And that is exceptional work. Ball hit after the whistle. Will Liam Ferguson, very experienced umpire, I don't think he'll give a card for that, but I think it's just a little bit of a warning for the player not to do it again. Some good experience there, but shown by the umpire, not going to his cards first off, but rather just having a bit of a chat to the players.
Yeah, that being said, you hit the ball after the whistle goes. You can't complain if you get a card. And this is a big opportunity, a massive opportunity to put something on the scoreboard, to strike the bottom of that goal. Injection needs to be quality. The stop needs to be quality. The injection, step 1 done, step 2 done, step 3 done! What a goal! It's a bullet into the top right-hand corner. The Royals have been, absolutely amazing. What a weapon of mass destruction that Bravo stick is there as it fires home the goal. 1-0 to the Royals, a goal of immense quality. Let's look at it again. We said it needed a good injection. It was a good injection. It was a great stop. And an absolutely perfect drag flick. Matt Guys-Brown would be proud.
Yeah, as I said in the previous short corner, Jabu, Keegan Rogers, very deceptive with his where he's going in his flick, and he's got a lot of pace there. I think he'll be up there with the speed of James Flint next year, only under 17 this year, so still another year of schoolboy hockey for him. So he'll be happy to get on the scoreboard, and Royals now in the lead, 1-0, 9 minutes to play. Game's definitely going to start opening up a little bit more.
Yeah, it probably has to. I think one thing is nice, if you watch the game back later, if you're watching on YouTube, watch how Rogers just opens up his hands at the last second to make sure that fires extra wide to the right and into the side netting. It's very difficult for a goalkeeper to save that, because it looks like it's going to come towards the left, and then it opens the hands and it just changes. There's a little bit of a shape on the ball. And that's a really good technique to be able to do when you're 30, let alone at 17.
Yeah, and the scary thing is he can go left as well. Instead of opening his hands up a little bit, just tucks it away in the bottom corners there. And he would definitely be one to look out for in the CPL edition. As we see Sean Slate on the ball, he's also got a drag flick on him and a shot of note. I'm sure Pierre Leroux is going to try get him a little bit more involved higher up on the field. Try to go as we see the Heat, great infield tuck there, a little bit of danger there, lifted into Keegan Roger there, and just slowing the game down, taking a bit of the bite out of the Heat attack there and letting his team set up. Some good experience shown there at such a young age.
Yeah, I think that will probably be the frustration that is sitting on the side of the Heat. They haven't really got Sean Slater on the game at all. He's really been a figure that has maybe been a bit frustrated because he hasn't been enough on the ball. He is on it now. He wants to make things happen. We know he can, but not this time. You know, when you keep X-Factor players like that out of a game, oh, what a great ball.
Rowan Davis just sitting up high, goes around Paul Posthumus, and
great save.
Great stick tackle there. It was either stroke or long corner. And it was well timed there, and it is a long corner.
As we see this keeper, we see keeper having a bit of a dance after that save. Yeah, I love it. I love it. A keeper, he knew the dangers of that. It was, as you say, stroke or save, and he's pulled it off. There's a good ball up the line. There's space here. Can he create a chance? It's a wonderful ball, but just didn't get the final touch. It's like when you go out on a, clubbing. I haven't been clubbing in a long time, but when you go out clubbing and there's a member of the opposite gender, someone who catches your attraction, and you do all the work, and then you ask for the phone number, and you hear the first 9 digits, but you don't hear the 10th. No connection.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier there, Jabu, someone who wants in that area, Sean Slater. I would love to have seen him in that area. I think he would have maybe changed his lead a little bit and got onto the end of that pass, as there was a lovely driving run down the right-hand side there. And hopefully, for the last 6 minutes, we see Sean involved a little bit more high up in the field. Definite goal scorer. Dean Carrick, another one. Aon Hendricks as well. So they've got goal scorers in the team. We just need to get them in the right places. And let's see if he can come back here. As we see them coming down the right-hand side again, they've enjoyed a lot of opportunities down this right-hand side. I think it's definitely a ploy there by Pierre Leroux and the way that they want to go forward. And Keegan Roger on the ball, just protecting the ball, making it all that much difficult for the Royals to get it, and he does really, really well and wins the sideline. Sean Slater looking for a forward pass, and he receives it, and there's a 2v1 on offer here. Inside ball, maybe not the correct decision there, as the centre back just picks it up nice and easy. He'd still have
4.5 minutes left. Good hands, but move the ball, and he's given it away by trying to do too much. There's the opportunity for the Heat. The ball is through. It's all! What a brilliant defensive intervention. I think the ref hasn't seen he got there. What a wow. Wow. That's all you can say there. What a wow.
Nathan Masakiwa, Dean Carrick, Sean Slater, all connecting high up in the field. This is what we've been asking for, and look what happens immediately. Fantastic work there by the Heat. Just couldn't do the last part, and that was to score the goal. And here we go, Michael Carrick and Dean Carrick, should I say. This should be the first card that is not a good tackle by Joey Bartlett, and he will be in the sin bin for 2 minutes. There's only 4 minutes left, so he's put his team under a little bit of pressure here, playing with 10 men with just a few minutes to go. And we see Paul Posthumous was owning his D and kicking the ball out all the way to the halfway line. A fantastic goalkeeping there, keeping his team in the game. I'm sure the Royals would love to eat some time down here with this free hit and get the card back on the field so they can deal with 10 outfield players and full complement of numbers. And I definitely want the ball not to be given away cheaply as they have over there. That invites counter-attacks for the Heat, which is where they are so dangerous. And Dean Carrick, fantastic turn. And Keegan Roger killing the counter-attack there, taking all the heat out of that attack. And here we go. Heat have it, played to far post, and it is intercepted by the Royals, and they live to see another minute. Another 50 seconds left of that card at least. And a bit of wasting time there. He's taken the ball about a meter too forward, and umpire killing the game and bringing it back, and the extra seconds being eaten. Yeah, Royals would definitely enjoy that, being 1-0 on the lead, and now it's only 30 seconds until their car comes back on, so that's been a nice 30-35 seconds of wasted time.
And they very, very much exaggerated every bit of that time fetching the ball there.
And Nathan must secure the great steal and winning the free hit here. Will coach Ashton Freddy and Abanati Buerta look to take the goalkeeper off to get back. Oh no, sorry, Pierre Leroux to get the goalkeeper off to get back into the game with the Heat. As you see Dean Carrick playing the ball, and it's just hit the foot of the Royals player, and it is a penalty corner. That is vital.
What a great time for the penalty corner. 1 minute 40 seconds remaining, and the Heat couldn't have asked for a better gap back into it. Will we see the assassin that is Slater step up?
I know Dean Carrick sometimes flicks for sacks where Pierre coaches. Not the quickest flicker, but very accurate, and then put it in a nice corner. And we've got Sean Slater on the other side, so
Royals taking their time to even fetch their protective masks here. Great up-close camera work there by Zach Zinn for ES Media. Check out these photos on the Facebook page later on. And, oh, just to add to the drama,
An early break.
3 defenders. 50 seconds left.
Do you go variation with one less defender, or do you just back your boys from the top here?
I'm always a fan of backing your boy.
Same, yeah. Does it go back to Dean Carrick? It is Dean Carrick. And well run out there. Off the stick. Great first wave work there. And
Not the greatest execution with such a big opportunity. Here's another chance. Foot foul. Played on. Oh, but that will probably be it. It'll be opening victory for the Royals. Although that was a little bit mindless.
Keegan Rogers just tries to get the ball the other side of the field, and no ball boys or ball girls. So the Heat won't be able to take the free hits, and the Royals walk away with the first 3 points of CPL 4.0 under 18 boys games. And congratulations to them, but all the best for them going forward in the tournaments. There's more to come. Stay tuned. We have the under 18 Raiders girls coming up against the All-Stars. We'll be back in just a moment.